Hey Josephine, you're on mute.
Yeah, hang on. My
Yeah.
head is
How you doing?
head. Sorry.
Oh, my screen's gone black.
Oh, I've just got like put my Bluetooth pods on.
Oh, I'm
It should
back.
be connecting. Okay, cool. They're
Are
connected.
you back in Hong Kong
Wicked.
now?
Yeah, I am. This is
Ah,
my
so
flat.
what's the time there?
It's 8 o'clock. I'm 8 hours ahead of UK.
8 p.m. Oh, nice. Lovely. Look at you puffing away.
Yeah, man. Nobody can smell it, so I can smoke like a chimney.
Oh.
No.
Just so you know, I'm recording this because some people said they couldn't make it and they'd like to do it on another day.
Okay,
So,
that's cool. Yeah, I heard your message coming in saying that it's recorded.
yeah. So we just wait for a few more people to arrive. David said
Yeah.
he's coming.
Yes. Did he message you just now?
Not just now. Let me have a look. Is he having
He's well. I think he's found all his images on computer, and he was hoping to print it off, but his printer's playing up.
Okay.
I I don't know if he's going to go like see if it works. I said, well, if he's got all the images on computer, then he can do it by PowerPoint.
Well, exactly. You don't actually have to do a physical board. I just like to have a physical board because I like to look at it. But you could do it all on the
Yeah.
computer and you could, again, look at it on there if you want, put it as your home screen, or you could do that and then print it off later. So I
Yeah.
just said to him, yeah, just draw pictures or
I'm not.
whatever you
Yeah,
like.
because I don't think I'm gonna like put it down like proper firmly. I am gonna try to, but what I've done is I was gonna use this last night. This is actually made from
What's
a
that?
cardboard box that I brought my Walker's crisp back.
Okay, perfect.
But
So you're gonna
this
stick
is
things
well
on
good
there.
too. This is well good too. Like I might do like another thing with that. But I actually went out and bought a proper bit of board.
Nice. It looks like the one I've got, just a smaller version.
Mm.
This is my board.
Mine's A3. Wicked. Yeah,
Yeah,
this was like the biggest that they had. I actually wanted to buy like a canvas,
nice. I feel like I'm on
but they
Artifact.
didn't have any.
Hi,
Yes.
Nicola. Can you unmute yourself? We're just having a chit chat. We just wait for everyone to get here first and then we'll start.
Yeah, it's just if the dog starts making a noise, I will mute it
Oh,
because.
okay. Yeah, no problem. Josephine, meet Nicola. Nicola, meet Josephine. And,
Oh,
and the
this is another
dog.
Nicola.
Another Nicola.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, cool. I've just put on the grid thing where I can see everybody. Hi, Nicola.
Hi.
So I'm just going to show you guys my previous vision board. This is what's inspired me. I mean, I have been doing them for a while, but this is the first time I actually took action and made a physical board where I actually cut things out and put them on. And I have to say, this has been the most profound year that I've had where things have come true. So the very first thing that I had on here was Day of the Dead. I saw a poster of it in my local area. And when I saw that, I was like, I want to work there. And so I put it up here, and it was basically the timing of putting this up here that I got that job. So that was the first thing. And then just some random stuff had happened. Like, for example, this festival, I didn't want to pay to go to any festivals because I was being stingy. And I thought I may as well work at them. I've got a few skills that I can work at some festivals. So if I can get work there, I'm being paid to be there and I don't have to spend any money on it. And this actual festival that I Googled and got the image of is the festival, the first one that I got a stilt job working at.
Mm.
So it was just like really profound how the things were exactly as they were on the board. And maybe like 90% of things have happened on this board. But it's not to say that absolutely everything will happen, because some things your life will change. Like, for example, my weightlifting goals. This year, I ended up spending a lot of time doing other stuff with my body, spending a lot of time doing kung fu, learning slacklining, and I love to follow my heart and just do the things that I'm inspired to do. And I found myself doing less and less weightlifting. So just the fact that it's on there, doesn't mean that that's 100% going to happen. I obviously have to put the effort into it. but I'm also okay that that was the goal. I headed in that direction and then life changed. So now I get to decide, do I want to put that goal on my board for this year or do I want to let it go? You know, you get to decide. So obviously these are your goals and your dreams for the future. And then you put them on there and you start taking action towards them. And then life happens. And sometimes you change your mind.
Yeah. You can go out shopping to buy one thing and totally change your mind, buy something else.
Exactly. But it's all about your intention. And so one of the things that I have done before starting this vision board is the wheel of life. So if any of you would like to do that exercise, you just need a paper and a pen.
Yeah.
I'll just show you mine because it's a nice way of setting your goals. So you've got all your paper and all the things that you think you want to achieve right now, but it's a good way of looking at what areas of your life you need to pay a bit more attention to. So your wheel of life, you put on the slices anything that you want to achieve. So what makes you a whole person? So for me, for example, I have got upskill because I like to do things that are creative and learn, like my flow arts, fire performing, fitness things. Those are my upskill. I've got downtime because I want to have downtime to be able to relax. I have love and sex. I have family. I have friends, career now, and career future, because I have my goals of becoming an author and having my book published. So that's my career future because it's not happening right now. Money or finance, health and fitness, or health or fitness. You could have either or. Spiritual, growth. And I had another section for health, which was basically food, sleep, and mental health. So I've got quite a few with health and fitness, but that's me. That's what I value. That's what I'd like in my future. So if you create yourself a circle and put in the middle 0 and then put at the end 10. So you can have as many or as little slices as you like.
Okay. What's with the color coding?
Oh, I'll explain that in a minute. So you start 0 here. And if you feel that you are already achieving in this slice of life, health, for example, you might score yourself a 10. You know, sometimes it's very difficult to have your whole life in balance all the time. So it's a little bit like an appraisal. So every few months you might want to relook at it and look at where you need to change things. It could be that you're focusing so much on work that your social life is, you know, at a 1 or 2 and your work is going at a 10. Other times your social life is at a 10 and your work might be a 1 or 2. So there's no right or wrong, but it's a nice way to look at your life and think, oh, where do I need to pay a bit more attention? Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and that is how you're going to create and manifest the things that you've put on your board. Have you both got paper and pen?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is called your wheel of life. And whilst you're doing that, I'll just explain the colours. So I did this in Thailand. And so I started with the yellow, which is home. I just colour coded it home, and then Thailand. Because quite a few things when I was at home, I felt were not doing so well. And then just being in Thailand, all the experiences that I had and the people that I met managed to top up some of those. So health, for example, although I'm good at fitness and I teach fitness, I spend a lot of time on that, I value fitness, I wasn't doing all areas of health. So I wasn't having enough sleep. I wasn't eating the best food because I was rushed around and doing too much stuff and not cooking. So just eating things that could be quick and easy. And in Thailand, obviously, there was a lot more fresh food available. I was spending time on it. And I thought, do you know what? When I go home, I want to spend a bit more time focusing on my health and making sure that my nutrition's better and my sleep's better. So it's just the difference of being away. Changing your environment can help you have a new perspective and decide what you want to leave behind and what you want to take on.
Did
You might have found, Josephine, with yoga, like doing a load of yoga on the yoga retreat, you might have felt like when you were at home you weren't doing as much yoga, you know, really topped yourself up doing loads of yoga, felt amazing for it, and then you want to continue that when you get home.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was agreeing, yeah, definitely, like on the yoga trip. And do you know, I pulled my rib a little bit more going back because I was moving heavy boxes.
Oh no.
Yeah, so but or I think I know how to like get better at a quicker pace now, which is first of all rest again, and then I really need to like go get like help with like, I don't know, acupuncture or something, because it really felt like I had all healed up in Thailand. It was just that one push up from the pool.
Yeah. Well, you won't know till you test it, and that was obviously testing it, and it wasn't quite recovered yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you have that section of your life for health and you include your rib and the recovery, you might want to spend some more time on it and make sure you get the acupuncture and all those therapies that you
Like,
need on it.
actually get it done, because it's, yeah, with this injury, it's actually made me much more grateful that you should be well grateful when everything is working.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a fit and able body is, you know, a privilege.
Yeah, it is.
So whilst you guys are doing your slice, I'm going to start my board with writing 2023 in the middle. So I've seen lots of inspiration for how people do their boards, and I posted some stuff on Instagram earlier. So where some people don't have pictures or magazines, you don't have to. You can stick them on if you want to, but you could just draw your own. So I am going to be drawing on here a slack line going across of me walking on the slack line. So you can just, it's your board, you do whatever you want. So I'm going to start in the middle with 2023. I want mine to be attractive to me because I want to look at it every day and remember. Look at these amazing things.
I wanted to ask, because I saw that you've got like three colors on your board.
This one.
Yeah.
So I had before Thailand, in Thailand, and I
mm.
haven't color coded the next one, but when I came back, I felt that I'd achieved more in those slices.
Okay, so that's kind of like taking up the percentage of like where that stuff happened.
Yeah, so you are 0 to 10 on each of those slices.
Cool.
How are you guys getting on with your board, your wheel of life?
I think I'm trying to not be like, I don't know, too greedy with like too many slices.
But it's not greedy, it's your life, isn't it?
It's like what's gone on. Yeah.
I'm trying to balance it as well, because sometimes with me, I forget things. If there's something quite intense going on, everything focuses around that, so I forget other things that I need to focus on.
Yeah, which is exactly the purpose of looking at it like that. You can see that you might be spending 10 out of 10 on one thing, and therefore you're not spending time on something else.
Yeah.
Like if you're always looking after your family, but you're not looking after yourself, your family slice is topped up, but your self-care, and I didn't actually have self-care in there, but you might want to put self-care in your one. But saying that, for me, the self-care is the downtime.
Yeah.
Because before I went to Thailand, I felt quite overwhelmed and I was doing a lot of work that I felt I didn't have any downtime. So that slice was really low. And then obviously in Thailand, it topped up, and I came back with a new schedule and a new idea of how I want to run my life because I'm self-employed. So I only had myself to blame. And I've decided to make sure I get balance and put some downtime in there. I'm loving these pens. I feel like I'm doing an art attack.
I like it. I've put my art station in first proper use now since moving here. I have like little drawers in this table, and it's where I keep all my crayons and watercolors and calligraphy books.
Really?
Like,
I didn't know you did all
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I really like it. Okay, that's something to put on. Yeah, I don't spend enough time doing this stuff.
Bear with me 1 second. Someone's knocking on my door. All right, I'll get her to call you. What's your name? Maxine. All right. Here's my 2023.
You're gonna have that all covered up. It's just gonna be like there in the back, but it'll be all covered up with pictures. Yeah, or you're
Yeah.
gonna you're gonna build
Yeah,
around.
so I was a bit lastminute.com as well with printing, and I've only printed 3 things, but I'm going to draw pictures where I need to print stuff later on, and I only have a black and white printer as well, so I might want to colour in some bits on there. But the biggest thing that I want to achieve is my book being published. So I got this picture of someone doing a book signing. So I'm going to colour her hair in blue because then she's me. And that's going here on my board. So I also got these pins and glue sticks. I wasn't sure the material of this board, if pins would work well or glue sticks. Pins work well, but they go all the way through to the other side. So how are you finding your wheel of life? Is there anything that surprised you that is lower or higher than you thought?
Yeah, it's the stuff that I think I should be doing more is like much lower than expected.
Mm-hmm. And how do those things relate to your goals that you want to put on your board?
I haven't done all my homework yet for cutting out, but like when I bought the magazines, I flicked through them before I bought them, and I saw like roughly there were images that are like, yeah, like that's like definitely stuff that I want or want to build more and like attain a better score next year. Or
Yeah. I'm going to video my board actually. Do a little hyperlapse video.
but like the color coding that I've done it kind of the same as you. What like you said you done it with, I've done it with places.
Yeah.
Because like this year, only because I've started traveling again, I've either been in Hong Kong, Thailand, or UK, so I'm actually dividing it with those 3 colors, just like places.
Well,
Not necessarily where
I've got
I
home, Thailand, and then the home that I've come back to, which is now a different home because I'm a different person. So it's the same but different.
Would you think like adding like a different color because it's like home before holiday and then home after holiday?
Yeah, well, that's what I did with the green. The green was me coming back
On
and how life is changing since being back. So it's a nice way to keep track of how you're getting on with things. So I also have this goal of firewalking. So this is a picture of me firewalking a few years back, and I want to do the instructor course so I can become a firewalking teacher and then do that at people's festivals. So that needs to go on there. and linked to some of the festivals that I've got some conversations coming up with to try and get some work. I like to work at Yoga Fit. Do you go to Yoga Fit holidays?
Is that a like establishment or like a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know how many they do a year. I've only just heard about it from Annie in Thailand. She goes to them all the time, and they were actually looking for instructors. They want new people. So I applied whilst I was in Thailand. So I'd like to manifest that job. And that would also mean traveling to Ibiza because that's where they have it. So I might have some pictures of Ibiza on there. I've also got some Thailand money because I'd like to go back to Thailand. So that's going on.
I've got like currency. I thought, yeah, like I wouldn't like stick. I don't know. I could stick sterling on, but I don't actually have any sterling on me.
And then it is always nice having actual colour pictures if you've got a colour thing, a colour printer, or take them from magazines.
I've done that. I've gone off Pinterest, made a Pinterest board and then printed stuff from that.
Have you? Yeah, so you could do the whole thing on Pinterest if you wanted. You don't have to have it physical.
Well, I haven't got a board because I wasn't prepared, so I'll get the board, but I'll make it on Pinterest.
Okay, well you can make notes of how you want it to look and you can even draw it down. And then when you've got the board, you know where you want things to go.
Yeah.
So I need to find a picture of Thailand now.
I got my Thai putt here as well. $20, $20, $20.
Nice, are you putting that on there?
Yeah, I'm putting it there.
I might do that as well, actually, an
Thailand
actual
so
note.
much.
So it's got the energy of Thailand as well. Yeah, so last year my board, I put Asia on there because I knew I wanted to travel to Asia. I didn't know how I was going to go. I didn't have any money and I didn't know where I was going to go. But by the end of the year, I was going to Thailand and it happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the money for the ticket. Rachel lent me the ticket money. And then I manifested a new client and paid her back in 2 weeks. So it can happen. Or even sometimes if there's no money, there's money somewhere else that might not be in your bank. Or you might get an opportunity to go somewhere working where you didn't need the money to go there and you still get to go. But if you're open to things and if you're taking action towards that thing you've put on your board, you're more likely to achieve it. I wonder what happened to David then.
Don't know. I've just texted him to see where he is, but he's been offline for about 15 minutes. I don't know if he's like really trying to like figure his printer out. I could just do it on PowerPoint. That's like even easier because he's got all the images on computer already, right?
Yeah. So what are you guys manifesting then? Have you got any idea of time? Like if you look at your year, as in the 12 months, what month do you want things to happen? Because you also want to be specific about your goals. Sometimes you can look ahead to the end goal and then you've got to work backwards to make it happen. Like if I want to run the marathon, I'm going to put a picture of the marathon on here. That might be in April, but it means I've got to start training now. And how many miles am I going to put in now? And how's that going to progress over the time to get me to the 26 miles on the day?
I haven't done it with a when to achieve it. I've done it on a scale 1 to 10, how well I've done in that segment, and then within the percentage of that, with color wise of where I've done it. So whether it's I've done it in Hong Kong, here at home, in Thailand, in UK, or others online. I added another category, others online. So I've kind of categorized it in like places. I've done stuff.
So that's your wheel of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then each of those things that relates to a goal that goes on your board, you want to know what month
Mm,
or what place you're going to do that in.
okay.
So you're going to do some working online then so you can travel more.
Sorry?
Are you going to do some more work online so you can travel more?
Yeah.
Will I
I
see you in
can do that.
Thailand again in November?
No, I can do that now already because like this was the first like in Thailand last month was the first time that I properly brought my PC away with me and like work on it. So excluding UK because like UK when I've like brought my stuff back over to work, I was there for 6 months. But for like a short holiday, I still could manage to work online. So it's definitely something I want to explore more so that like I can like snuck away and go to pie because then it's proven that it can actually be done.
Yeah. So how are you going to make it happen then?
Planning, a ticket has to be bought. It's not just a hey, yeah, it'll be nice if I do that. No, a ticket has to be bought, and then I think you mold it around that.
So like the marathon, you're going to buy the ticket first and then work your way back to make it happen.
Yeah,
So what month are you going to Thailand?
I'd love to go. May again.
Nice. Mate, isn't that
Well,
the burning season?
I think that's just past the burning season, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Or is it April to July? I thought it was February to end of April-ish. We'll have to ask Rachel. The burning season. When's your next planning to go to Pi again?
Me,
November-ish again.
100% November. I want to go November by myself for a month, and then I want my daughter to come out there in December. So I need to look into how to get her out of school for a month. But I'd also like to manifest a little lump sum of money just to get out there in February so I can take her out for half term. Because February is actually quite, I don't know if it's high season, but it's way more expensive than November.
Yeah.
But if I could get out there for 2 months, it means that we could travel while there, maybe see some other places. So I just got these pictures of Bali. They look really nice. I'd quite like to go to Bali. So I might put that on there as well.
That Nicola with glasses. How do you know Nicola with blue hair?
Instagram.
Yeah, we live in the same area. We're both northerners now, aren't we?
So you met each other in real person.
Yeah. In real person.
In real life.
Well, because a lot of meetings are like online now, aren't they?
Yeah, I was saying this to Nicola, though I still prefer face to face. I like to get to know someone face to face rather than just what they post.
Yeah, because there is, even how genuine you are as a person, there is a facade for anything that's social media. You're not gonna post up stuff saying, "Oh, I'm really upset today," with your mascara running.
Well, you might.
But I do think you get more of a sense of the person when you're around them.
Yeah.
Through a screen. So, like you feel a different energy.
Yeah.
You can, but I actually really love doing things online. I've done 12-week coaching program with a coach who I only ever saw online, and she lives in Kent, and I live in Liverpool, so it's like the opposite sides of the country. And she came to Manchester once when I was working in Manchester, and it's only then I realised I haven't actually met her in real life. And we met each other, and I hugged her, and she was like 7 foot tall. I just couldn't believe how tall she was because I'd only ever seen her sitting down on Zoom. But it is what it is. I didn't know her in any other capacity, and I still managed to have an amazing coaching experience with her. And there was good energy. You could definitely feel the energy. I think like you shouldn't limit yourself to just. I think COVID showed us actually how good things can be online.
It's more, yeah, I get that, but I also think that if you're working together in a professional sense, you don't really get the sense of person. Like the people that I have around me, I know their reactions. I know how to, if they're going through a tough time, they don't need to tell me they're going through a tough time because I know through their body language and what they're doing. Whereas an hour online with someone, you can't always tell it, because I think we do have this thing where we go, right, I'll put a smile on and I'll do this. Whereas if I'm around someone, that's when I pick up. When I'm not around them, I know.
Maybe corporate is different because maybe people aren't so used to being online, whereas my coach was obviously comfortable online, did loads of online stuff, and now I've been coaching people online and I feel comfortable with it too, that I feel like I'm the same whether I'm online or off. So maybe it's about the person. Some people don't feel comfortable being on camera, and it can be a bit off-putting. Like when I was on a call yesterday and then I had to speak and I wasn't prepared for it, suddenly me being the picture really big because I was talking to the guy, so I wanted to look at him while I was talking to him, and then I was looking at myself and it sort of put me off a little bit. But you can change your camera view, can't you, so that you're just talking to the other person and you don't have to worry about what you look like. Ah, there we are, Thailand. I'd like to go to the beaches in Thailand this time.
Where would you like to go?
To the beaches, because I didn't get to go to the beaches.
Oh yeah, because it was mountainous where we went. The beaches. Is there anywhere beachy in Thailand apart from the islands?
Yeah, the islands.
Because I've been to Pattaya before. Pattaya's not particularly beachy.
Is it not? Is that one of the islands?
No. I think it's southern Pattaya. I've been 3 times already. I don't think I'm going to give it a 4th time. The 3 times that I went with different groups of friends.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, like a different experience each time with the friends. But as to the activities and food and stuff, it was exactly the same. Not like Pi. I feel there's like still so much to explore, and plus I really, although like with the stuff that I've seen and done in Pi, I want to go back and do it again. I want to go and see it again.
Yeah, me too. And it's nice that it's quite a small place and you can get to know everything. But there's still more things to do. I want to go to the White Temple.
That's not the same as the White Buddha. The White Buddha, I really want to go back and see in daytime.
Yeah, the White Temple in Chiang Rai.
Ah, okay. Where Ellen
ran out of time.
Ellen went.
Yeah. I met a lady on the aeroplane on the way home actually, and she said to me, it's such an experience there. You can feel this energy in the temple and it lasts with you afterwards. And she still feels it now. So that's interesting.
I went to like a place called Hap Chai in Thailand. I don't know what it is and what it's called in English, but it's more southern. And they had this Wat temple. So Rachel told us that like if it's a triangular kind of monument, that's like a Wat or something, like next to the hotel that we stayed at in Chiang Mai. And it was so it wasn't made out of stone and brick.
Yeah, I've forgotten what they're called as well now.
Yeah. I think it was a what. But one of the temples, they didn't build the what out of bricks and stone. They built it out of silver bells. So pretty there. Nighttime and daytime, both really pretty. And the bells, they just lightly shingle, so it's not like really loud. It's so pretty there.
Nice. So that's the other thing you can do, is get specific about stuff. So where I've got Thailand now, so I've started to put some pictures just because these are cool pictures from the magazine, but then I want to write specifically where they are. So I want to visit the White Buddha again, but I also want to go to the White Temple, so I'll put that on here. And maybe I'll do all of those in the month of November when I'm going to be there for the whole month, so I've got time to do all of those things. I could start in Bangkok, go to the islands, and then go up to Pai and do all the other bits. So then working back from that goal, how do I want to achieve that? Obviously, I've got to look at the schools and the practical side of taking my daughter out. How much is it going to cost? How much did it cost me last time? Can I earn that money by then? What do I need to do to make that happen? And like yourself, I want to have clients online so that I can take them with me, and then I can still be earning money while I'm there. And then there's no reason why I can't go.
I want to like get into like writing as well. I can't remember if I told you I want to translate my therapist book into Chinese.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's just me that I really need to like put my foot down and like start doing it.
Well, when are you going to start?
I'm gonna start next week.
Yeah, what day?
It's Saturday today. Right, I have to catch up on a little bit of like proper office stuff, and then like, okay, it'll be a treat for me. I'll do it on, definitely start it on Friday night next week. It'll be a treat.
Yeah, so put it in your calendar now, and then you work back from there, and you can also message me and tell me that you've done it, so you can be accountable to me.
I'm gonna put it in right now.
You've said it out loud, you've put it physically in your calendar.
Friday 10th. Friday
This is
16th.
why it really helps having a vision board, because you can just start taking action on things that are a dream in your head. You know, so even if it changes, it's okay, because it changed because you wanted it to change. You know, or like my thing from last year with the weightlifting, I'm going to move it to this year. I'm going to achieve it this year. There's no reason why I can't. So I've booked myself to my weightlifting class next week. And that is step one to me achieving that goal. Which was also sorting out the schedule, because I always felt like I needed an 8th day of the week to do all my hobbies.
Yeah, never having enough time.
So if I sort out my schedule, I can look at the things that I want to achieve. What do I value most? I can't have everything all at once, which is why I didn't do the weightlifting last year. So I'm okay with that. But this year I want to make that one a priority. So that's going to come in, and I'm going to make sure that I do that on a specific day every week. So there's my little airplane.
Change my headphones.
My little aeroplane flying to Thailand. It works quite well with the little sticky dots, because those bits I don't want to have pins all over the place when it's just loads of tiny pictures.
Yeah.
So these dots are quite good, the little glue dots.
Oh yeah, yeah. We use them.
What else are you putting on yours?
Mine is more about making a go of the opportunities that I've got. So like I mentioned, the building that we've got will be ready to go in March. So I've got shop space in there. So I need to start thinking about what I'm going to have in it, what I'm going to make. I do want to finish some of the pieces that I've been working on to make my own kind of jewelry line. But also we've got a lot of things, we've got a lot of ideas, so it's about what we put into action first.
Yeah, sorry, I changed my headphones and it just
No
went
worries.
the other way.
Yeah, we've got a blank canvas to go at, so it's a really good opportunity for me.
So do you know what month all that's going to happen?
We should be able to launch in March, so we can get in there from January. But I didn't show you the pictures of it, but it needs a lot doing to it. But it means that once that's done, we've got February then just to get it the way that we want it. So we've got a little kind of community space on the top floor, which we need to decide how we're doing. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to have drink, juice bar, everything is there. It's going to be like a self-serve, and you just pay to come in, and then you use what you want while you're there. It's more of a it's just kind of a community space that we're going to have up there. But the other thing that we really wanted to do as well is my friends' kids are really into that they're really good at managing their own emotional and mental health. So she wants to give them a little bit of it, for their friends to come. So we were trying to think of what we can do with the kids groups, because my friend wants to do something where it gets perhaps the ones that are not as confident, or the ones that get overshadowed at school, to give them an opportunity to kind of develop skills. So we're thinking about doing something with them.
Is that something that you do at work, or is that like outside activity?
That's outside.
So you're going to use the workplace for other stuff?
So this workplace, so we've got 2 floors, we've got 8 rooms, and the top floor is a cafe, kind of community space. So we've just got to, each of these rooms, decide what we're going to have going on.
So you could do a whole section on your vision board about that then, couldn't you? You could,
yeah, that's what I've been.
because it's not work related, it's your choice of what you want to do in there.
Yeah.
You could almost do a whole nother board on that, couldn't you?
Yeah. Which I have been
Fill your wall at home.
Well, I said this to Leanna, I was like, what we could do is get in there, and in each room, let's put up on the walls what we want that room to be, so that we can, if we're in that space, go, right, what are we doing with this space, and pin that up on the wall in that room and say, this is what we're going to turn this into. So yeah, that's kind of the plan.
That sounds good.
Sorry, Nicola, I didn't catch what do you do? So this is related to work, right?
Sorry. It's because there's people outside, there's roadworks, and people stop and talk, and then she thinks there's someone coming in. It's all right. So I my day job is graphic design and marketing for a beauty company. But then outside of that, I do different things. I used to work in music, and then I moved into more, I kind of help small businesses with their social media, and I then got involved with someone who I used to go to for massage, and she's building this retreat, and she wants me to get involved in that. So we're now, that's kind of the direction that I'm moving in. She wants me to run a social media and do other things, but then I also want to train in the holistic treatments that she offers. So I'm kind of shifting that way from graphic design and being in an office 5 days a week. That's not what I want to do. So yeah, kind of just moving into a different field now. Less on the computer and more in
more hands-on.
More hands-on, yeah.
And then just before, when you were saying like in like different rooms,
what you want to do. So that was more to do with like the holistic part of things that you're going into.
Yeah, so when I met Leanne the first time, she was telling me about her vision. She wanted, there was this specific building that she wanted. She always knew that she wanted this building. And it's one of those things when I can feel when someone wants something enough, they get it. And I was like, you will get it. And then she went through a lease and it all fell through, and she thought it wasn't going to happen. And then last week, I think it was, she got a call from a new owner for the building who wanted to speak to her, and it's kind of gone from there that a lease has been done, it's all been signed, and she gets the building in the new year. And she was like, I want you involved, I want you to help me like build this retreat idea that she's got. So yeah, it kind of all came from there. So we've got 2 floors of this building to do whatever we want to do. It's completely blank canvas. So we go into each room, we can pin up what we want that room to be, and then work our way around it.
What about recording studio and create a podcast?
Well, we have got a podcast space because she does do some podcasting. We've got a guy who works with us doing that. We are going to create a space for it, but as well, it's going to have to be considerate of the other treatments that we've got going on as well. So we just need to figure that out. So I wanted a dual. I was like, can I have a studio for myself, a workbench? When it's closed, if I've got a space, I can go up and make things. I would love that. So if there's space, I'm going to have my jewelry studio in there.
So some of that you don't know yet because you need to know how big the space is and everything.
Yeah. We only walked around it for the first time last week.
So how about you like visualize how you would like it to be?
I think because there's 2 of us involved, obviously it's her, predominantly going to be her workplace, place of work. It's where we're just going to get together, but we always have the same idea. So it's kind of cool that whatever I'm thinking, she's thinking. So I think we'll come up with it.
If you had all those ideas written down, you could show them to her, and something she can't say
Yeah,
no to.
we've got them. We've got a Google sheet. We've got everything.
So I've got, just as we're talking about that, my recording studio headphones and mic, and then I'm going to write down some guests that I want to manifest. So I still want Mr. Motivator to come on my podcast. And
The actual Mr. Motivator.
The actual Mr. Motivator. Yeah. I sent him my book proposal because I wanted him to endorse my book. And his PA says she read my book twice and she loved it. She kept nudging him because he was busy doing stuff. And then he said he was going to endorse my book, but then said, you need your book to be published first. So there was a little bit of a catch-22 because I thought I need the endorsement to get the publish. And he was like, you need the publish to get the endorsement. So he's sort of hanging there in the sideline. So I said, in the meantime, how about you come on my podcast? So I'm going to keep poking them for that until they say yes or no. Hopefully, yes. I'm putting his name down on the board. Derek Evans on my podcast. And I'm starting the year with Simon Alexander Ong. So he's going to be my first guest. And then hopefully Mr. Motivator after that. What were you going to say?
It was just all wrong. I have not forgotten because I said I was going to ask my friend in LA one. I think he published a book.
Oh yeah.
So haven't forgotten about that. Just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Thank you.
I've got that as well, a microphone thingy.
Oh, nice. So what are you going to do with that?
I want to do like a podcast thing with my therapist together, talking about coercive control and narcissistic abuse. Yeah, but just like talking. Don't want to. I don't want to do it like.
That's someone in Hong Kong.
Oh, it's somebody in the UK actually. My therapist is in the UK.
Okay, because I've got a load of contacts up here actually for that. I did like this workplace domestic abuse course. So you could be the champion of the workplace. So anyone who is suffering at home could come to you privately and talk to you and get help and advice. It's an awesome course. The woman who created it has made like healthy relationships courses for people with their abuser who's in prison, and they can learn how to have a healthy relationship. Now, she's done so much stuff. She's got a load of other contacts for anybody you need in that field. So I wonder if she might be a good person for you to talk to.
Could it be the same woman?
Might be. Well, she's up here, Liverpool. Malcolm.
She's a bit. My therapist is more south. She's in High Wycombe. Initials AS.
Yeah, well, if you want someone else to talk to, I can always point you.
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
She's such an awesome woman to talk to. She just always like gives you advice. She's
always brilliant.
Yeah.
Grow the network, but a absolutely fabulous woman that when I was still trying to figure out what I was going through, it took me probably about 250 hours of reading online before I kind of touched on what it was that I was going through. And even after I knew for 2 years, I was still questioning myself whether I was involved with somebody that was a narcissist. And then I went to this women's seminar in Dublin, and she's called Christine DeLuey Cannonville. And being in her seminar for 1 hour immediately confirmed to me, no, I'm not imagining this. It's definitely what I thought. And the brilliant thing about that seminar was that it was really small. There were only 15 people there, and half of the people were in the medical field wanting to understand more about it to help their patients. And the other half were people like me there to confirm whether were we imagining it.
I had the same experience actually, because I was put on the initial course that I went on to learn how to become a facilitator, and then realized that I'd been going through that myself because it was all the coercive side. I didn't even know that was a thing. So literally looking at all the pointers, I was like, oh my God, that happened to me, that happened to me, that happened to me. I'm one of those people.
But with the facilitator part, did you, for like a part of the beginning, thought that you were the person that were being the nasty one, and thought that, oh, maybe it's me that's got this?
No, I just think because I had such low self-esteem at the beginning of that relationship, assumed that the behavior was normal, like it was okay to treat me that way.
Okay.
And realized that it wasn't.
Yeah, because
so I wasn't gaslit in terms of it being twisted around and making it feel like it was me. I think I just put up with more than I should have.
I always thought growing up as a teenager that I would never put up with what I did put up with previously. But when it did happen, strangely enough, which is absolutely bizarre, so there was a teeny bit of domestic abuse, definitely verbal abuse. I thought that, okay, because like this kind of happened in my childhood with my parents. Okay, maybe this is what true love is. That's absolutely bizarre.
Familiar, yeah. Because you don't know until you know, right?
But once you know, it's too late. Or actually, even like when it happens, you don't know it's happening. You only know it's too late when you've managed to scramble out of it.
Yeah, but then you learn for next time.
Well, hopefully there will be no next time, but I think, yeah, it's just like recognizing the red flags.
Yeah. Recognize things earlier on. and learn and spending time by yourself to have self-love and set boundaries.
I've put that down already, like with boundaries on my wheel, and that actually is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 segments, and boundaries is one of the 4 segments that I've fully coloured, because I think I've done pretty well.
That's
definitely
good.
this year.
Yeah.
More room for improvement, but not bad for this year.
So that's also good to look at, even if it's a 10 out of 10 and you were doing great, to know that that's going really well and I want to continue that next year. Yeah, I'm still working on boundaries, but there's different relationships, isn't there? So it's like once you do the work and then you have to go and practice. Like life's a bit of a game, isn't it?
It's a non-stopping game. You could never choose. Well, nobody ever chose to be in the game. Everybody was placed in the game, but you can't back out either.
It's all getting so deep now, isn't it? What happens when you start cutting and sticking and getting creative? See, I kind of wish I'd printed some more pictures, so I might just draw some pictures and then stick stuff over them later. Because I'm loving this how it is now. If you want to see.
Yeah, it's cool.
But this one, the book.
Oh, I love it! You got the those really cool pens.
Yeah. Well, the book.
I can really see it now with the different colours.
This could take me around the world, couldn't it? So all of those places that I want to go, I could be there, public speaking, talking about my book, doing book launches and going to all the festivals that I want to go to. So I need to put all the festivals on here as well. So I might put some pictures of the festivals and where they are and who I need to connect with to make that happen. But yeah, it's like a constant reminder, isn't it? 'Cause sometimes you can have a goal, you think, oh, I want something, and then it's just a thought. And if you don't actually write it down or tell anyone about it or take some action towards it, you can forget. And then a year's gone by and then you never really achieved that goal. So you didn't take responsibility for your own life.
Oh, don't give yourself that much like pressure, because like sometimes stuff really easily clicks into place. Sometimes you try really hard and it still doesn't happen, and it's not your fault. It's just
sometimes the trying really hard is sometimes going against the tide, isn't it? If you're trying too hard, maybe it's not the right thing. Like the universe might have another plan for you. There could be a job that you really, really want, but there's a better job around the corner, so there's a reason you don't get that job. Like, for example, I've been trying to get published by Penguin, who are obviously massive, aren't they? And I just thought, well, why not? Why not try to be published by Penguin? If someone else can get published by Penguin, why can't I? So I'm trying that. So far, it's not happened. But then this other publisher came around who published books by Chinese people. And they also published one about body image. So the two things together, my book's about body image. It's by me, who's half Chinese. They could be a better publisher for me, which might be why the other people have said no so far. And then these guys might be the ones who say yes. So sometimes there's a little bit of patience, but also perseverance and keep trying.
I was going to like Penguin. Okay, I'll be a little bit careful how I say this. They were, because we're the same age. So Penguin were like a, really big publisher for us as primary school kids and secondary school kids. They published some of the best stuff ever. The past, I guess, 50 years. They're quite monetized these days from authors that they're choosing. So it might not be a bad thing. That
Yeah, they are choosing them. I didn't realise that was a thing until Simon Alexander-On, who I'm going to actually interview in January on my podcast.
Hmm.
I first met him and saw him doing a book launch, and I asked him how did he get published. And he was a little bit vague, didn't really tell me all the information, but I then heard him on someone else's podcast saying that Penguin went to him. So he was just a public speaker doing his coaching work, and they went to him and asked him, can he write a book? So that's why I thought, well,
Okay.
if that can happen, just keep doing what I'm doing, try and get out there speaking as much as possible.
I haven't had the chance to see Simon's stuff yet.
Simon Alexander-On?
Yeah, I know you sent me the link. It's just me not managing my time properly.
Well, wait till January. I'll interview him and I'll send you the podcast.
Wicked.
So he's just a coach just like me. So I thought, if he's out there doing all this, why can't I do it? You know, he's a personal development coach. His thing is energy, that he talks about. My thing is body confidence that I talk about, but it's all the same. It's all personal development and coaching and helping people to feel empowered and feel better in themselves. But yeah, firewalking is the next thing on my board. I want to become a firewalking instructor, which is one of those goals that I just said and thought about but didn't take any action towards it. So this year, we've got a conversation.
You can do it though. But you can do it though.
I can do it. Yeah. It was just, at the time, it was money for the course, and instead I prioritized something else. So it's okay. I did that. I am accountable for doing that. This year, I'd like another opportunity to come along. So I'm speaking to someone next week from a place called Burning Woman, and they're a festival that has loads of female empowerment and everything, so I'd fit in nicely with what I'm already doing. They also do firewalking, so you never know if I can get involved even as a volunteer helping out. You never know what opportunities might open for me to be able to learn the skill of firewalking, to be able to lead it. I might not have to do a course, who knows? So I'm putting it on here and I'm being open to opportunities, and also going to take the action in making sure that I speak to the right people and get myself at those festivals.
I have not bought magazines for so long. It's actually quite nice flicking a magazine.
Yeah, I was saying that with Katie the other day. There was a picture in the magazine. You almost want to go like that and then open it out to be bigger. We're so used to doing that on screens, aren't we? And it's like, oh, you've got an actual magazine there. You can't zoom in.
You want to see it like better, like more higher resolution of it. You want to see it closer. Hey, it's the England game tonight. I'm not that into football, but my cousins are coming over for the occasion.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's tonight, is it? Not tomorrow. I thought there was something on tomorrow.
It's tonight for us. It's going to be 3 a.m. for me, so it's going to be 7 p.m. for you in the UK.
No.
England is playing. Yeah. I'm not that into football. I only know because I said to my cousins, hey, let's hang out tonight. And they're like, that's cool, but can we watch football? I said, yes, no problem. So I'm going to make really Chinese soup because I moved to this bigger apartment last year in November. So I've just been here for just over a year. And because I now have a living room again, I used to live in a studio the previous 6 years. It was just not capable of like having more than 2 people over. So now my cousins come over after work to like have a late night supper and soup.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And it works with my schedule because I'm such a late owl, and they work in the hotel and restaurant business, so they finish work midnight if it's kind of like reasonable. So it's like it works out perfect for me.
Late one then.
Nuts. Yeah.
Are you rooting for
like,
England to win?
huh?
Are you rooting for England to win? Who are they up against?
I don't know. I can't remember. Let me look it up. Let me see who they're playing.
France. It's France.
They did quite well last time, huh? Who are they playing?
France.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, could be a tough one. Could be a tough one. France are quite good sometimes, aren't they? Kind of like England. England are good sometimes.
You just reminded me, Josephine, I want some healthy food on my board.
Yeah.
Keep eating how I did in Thailand, have lots of smoothies every day, especially the banana and peanut butter one. I actually bought a load of bananas, put them in the freezer so I can have those.
I've got this clipping as well for healthy food. Tofu, vegan tofu.
Oh, lovely.
Thingies. And I've got the recipe as well, because the magazine that I cut this out from, it has the recipe for them. So I can send you that afterwards as well.
Right.
And it's in English. They have an English version of the recipe as well.
Yeah, I could do with some pictures of food. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep going for a bit longer? Because it's 1:07. I don't want to take up all your time.
I'm happy to keep going for a bit.
So do a little bit more.
If you're not, if you don't have another engagement.
I'm good for now. What about you, Nick?
I'm taking Tilly down to my mum's for about 1:30, so I might have to go about 1:15.
Okay, just letting you know what the time is.
She hasn't been out yet and she keeps throwing herself at the front door.
This is very therapeutic.
It is, isn't it? It's nice to do it with people. That's why I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do it on Zoom because it's something that I want to do. And if I just add it to my list, it'll feel like I've got a chore. And it's not a chore, it's a pleasure to do this. And it will be nice having it done and looking at it every day on the wall. So what if I do it with other people? Keeps me accountable, keeps you accountable. Something nice to do together. And also we're telling people about our goals. So that's the first step to achieving them. Gonna make them happen.
It's voicing it out is quite important as well.
Sometimes I used to do that when I was not likely to go to the gym. I'd say that I'm going to the gym on social media. And then I feel like, well, now I've said it, I'm a woman of my word, therefore I have to do it. But that's one of those things, isn't it? We are what we say. So if I have that belief, I am a woman of my word, then for me it will work to say something out loud.
Yes, that is a yeah, I agree. If it's said aloud, then you feel more obliged, but you should carry it out. Whereas if you're just talking to yourself in your mind, it's okay, right. Yeah, I thought of this like yesterday. Okay, it's fine, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
Sometimes you might have a limiting belief stopping you from doing something, and you're, instead of voicing it and realizing that it's there and becoming aware of it, you might just procrastinate instead. So you just get really busy tidying up, you know, or just doing whatever, and then you don't realize that you've just procrastinated and all that time's gone, you haven't done the thing. Because you might have a belief around doing the thing.
That is definitely a word that
even doing this is sometimes a challenge to put something on your board, because you might think, I can't have that, you know, that's something that other people have. Well, if they can have it, why can't you? Like Simon having the book deal, why can't I have that? So it's a good question to ask yourself, why can't you? And then you see what your beliefs are around that thing. You know, like you wanting to work abroad, if you were to limit yourself and say, oh, I can't have that because I've never had it, or because other people in the office don't have it, but actually you can. You do work online, and it's up to you to make that decision and then take action to book your ticket and go and work somewhere else in the world.
Mm.
Yeah, me going to Thailand November, December, it'll be a step ahead of what I did this year for 1 month, and an opportunity to work backwards and make sure I get enough clients to have for the 2 months. And then the year ahead after that, I can look at doing it for 3 months, you know, because in 10 years' time, when Katie's a bit further on in her school, I'm 50 and I can retire in Thailand. You know, I've taken all those steps towards the bigger goal. But by then I might change the goal. I might want to live in Australia. Something else might happen. My life might change.
Gosh, that sounds like, okay. Yeah, because we're the same age. How old's Nicola?
Same
Age as us too?
Same
Okay.
age.
You know, with you just saying that now, when I'm retired, it sounded like, what? What? It was like still ages to go. And then, like, I realized, okay, we're the same age. Okay, so like, you know, it's going to be like the same retirement age.
Yeah,
And
retirement visa.
huh?
You can get retirement visa in Thailand at 50.
Really? Gosh.
Yeah. This was like,
I'm starting to love Thailand even more and
yeah.
more and more. Because I've never thought of retiring in any country apart from UK or Hong Kong, which I'm permanent resident of in both. But Thailand, first place. I haven't even considered Vancouver or Toronto before, where I have family. But Pai in Thailand has been, I could totally see myself being semi-retired here. I used to run restaurants. I could like, as long as like I had the monies to, I don't know, at least have a leasehold of a cafe that would like get the living standard all sorted there, because it's such a reasonable price for living there.
Exactly. So that could be the 10-year goal. And you take steps in the first year by getting some clients online, or for you working online and traveling there a little bit.
Yeah.
Being there for a bit longer, you might, you know, have that experience and then decide that you don't want to do that. You want to do something else. Or yes, it confirms that that is the goal that you really want.
I mean, you know, for Thailand, it's not a place to go if you want to make a fortune, which isn't what I would be after anyway. For
it's more about your physical and spiritual health and well-being, isn't it? Which is more than money, really. You can't buy it.
Yeah, definitely. You can't buy it. It's you're lucky if you get it. And you have to be very appreciative when you get it as well.
Oh, in fact, the other thing I'm going to put on my board is some affirmations like that, gratitude, to remind me along the way, because although this is a year ahead, so some things might not happen till November, December, like Thailand, I want to always be grateful for where I'm at and content where I'm at. And I used to have a limiting belief around being content, that if I was content, it meant that I would stop moving forward because I'd just be happy where I am and I'd just do nothing. But that's just a belief. What I can do is tomorrow I can still take steps towards that, but today I'm going to be happy where I'm at. So I want to enjoy the journey. I don't want to rush 10 years away to be 50, to be retiring in Thailand, because then I've missed my 40s. And I want to really enjoy my 40s. It's taken a lot to get here.
Yes, it has taken a lot to get to
I finally am who I need to
in the
be.
40s. It has taken a lot to get to being 40s, and I'm right. I didn't think too much about it, but I really feel that I've really embraced it. I don't
When did you
think
turn
even
40?
using the word the year before, so I'm 41.
Oh, same as Rachel.
So I turned 41 in October. I don't, if somebody gave me a questionnaire to fill in, like tick the boxes, I would go for which box is 32. I feel physically, mind-wise, 32. Yeah, I think most of the time I kind of feel 32.
Mind-wise 40, definitely. I feel mind-wise 40. Sometimes I feel 50. But physically, I feel younger. And like, it's so interesting when I meet people who are into fitness and stuff, because you can retire, can't you, at a young age in fitness? So it's not unheard of to look young and say I'm retired, because if you're an athlete, you do retire like 30s, 40s. But people have a lot of beliefs around your age, like once I'm a certain age, I won't be able to do that anymore. Oh, I've got back pain because of my age. My knees are hurting because of my age. I think age is irrelevant. I train a woman in her 70s, and it doesn't matter, because it all depends on how you look after your body. I think as you get older, you just need longer warm-ups, you need longer cool downs, you need to take care of yourself, maybe more rest days, but you can absolutely be your fittest self in your 40s.
I don't, agree.
That's going on the board as well. I want to be able to do the splits. Imagine that I haven't done the splits since I was a teenager, and I'm literally that close now, and I'm 40.
I've never
Tell me
been
I can't do it
able
at
to do
40. And I'll prove you wrong.
Never been able to do the splits, even as a kid.
Really?
But I've heard of, I can't think of the actual actress, but she never used to be able to do it in all her life. And the first time that she did the splits, she must be in her 60s. So it's definitely all training.
Like the 4-minute mile, now you've seen it done, you can do it.
Flicking through these glossy magazines, I don't know who any of these celebrities are.
Yeah, they should come with a warning, those magazines. Mostly marketing.
Yeah.
Just to make you feel inadequate, so you buy something.
I know that they're just putting across very pretty pictures. But right, it's what gets the world keep going round. Capitalism. A topic for another day, huh?
It's interesting. My last board, actually, I did have some healing and spiritual development, which I didn't actively go out and seek, but I ended up having. Like the therapy that I had with Mitch in Thailand. So I didn't know I was going to go there, meet him, have that as a birthday present, and I ended up having that, and it was actually on my board. I feel like I got some healing from that.
I didn't know you had a session with Mitch. I actually didn't know that Mitch did therapy sessions.
Were you not there that day?
Yeah.
Well, I had my eyes closed mostly for all of it. Yeah, maybe you were gone then.
I left on the last that I saw you would have been the evening of the 17th.
Yeah. So I had that after my birthday. Yeah, so Annie, Rachel, Dante, they were all there. Yeah, we went to the old pool, so I had like a rebirth ceremony in the pool. This is something that he leads on his men's retreat, so he does coaching as well. So that was his gift to me for my birthday, which was amazing. It was so good. Definitely recommend it.
Excellent. Oh, and the were you guys in a river, like, you know, with the moon, the photos? Gosh,
For
they are
what?
magazine spread photos, you and Rachel.
Oh, that.
Oh, magazine spread.
We were having, again, that was for my birthday. We went up to the mountains to stay and sit under the stars. So we had that with all of the Mai Tai group, and one of them's a chef, and so he made us the most amazing barbecue with all the food that he would normally make, like local food, like their sticky rice they put on a stick, and then they squashed it into the end of the stick and put eggs and salt around it, and then put it in the fire, and it just was so different to anything I'd tasted on even on Walking Street.
Salty
so nice.
salty egg yolk with
It was so
glutinous rice.
good.
That's brilliant. So tasty.
So that we had Stephen gave me a photo shoot. So we had the photo shoot at the waterfall, and it was like night time, and there was all of these I think it was frogs that were making so much noise, and it was all echoing everywhere. It was hard to tell if they were frogs or bats because it was so loud, but we could actually see loads of frogs in the water as well, so we thought they were frogs. And that's where Annie got stung by a scorpion. There was a scorpion in the rock. So
what did you do? What do you do when you get stung by a scorpion?
Well, Annie was fine. She was like, "Oh, I'm grand," like, you know, in her Irish accent. "I'm grand. It's absolutely fine." But I would have panicked because her hand literally swelled up. So she
got stung on the hand.
Yeah, she had antihistamine and stuff once she got back to her hotel, and she was fine. But yeah, I guess you just see how you react to it, and if it gets any worse. Obviously, you've had a allergic reaction, but it was just a hand that swelled up, and then she was all right.
Yeah, I obviously knew that it wasn't like total emergency because it didn't seem like that when you wrote it. Like, Annie it was like, by the way, Annie got stung by a scorpion.
Yeah.
Do you know what the first image that I did have as soon as I realized that, like, it was all right, it was like a situation that was dealable, was that episode of, like, when in Friends, when they recall that Monica got stung by Nicola knows.
Yeah, it's funny.
You have to have pee on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
But okay, so you guys didn't have to resort to peeing on Annie.
No.
Well, because it was on her hand, she could have peed on herself.
Yeah, no one peed on anyone. So I think because we've gone on so long, I'm going to stop the recording. So for the people who are watching again, I'm just going to show you where I'm at with my board. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to get some more pictures online and then print them off and colour them in of all the jobs that I want to get. So a lot of this is like leisurely things, travelling, but some of those jobs will hopefully enable me to travel. So I'll be putting all of those on there, some more affirmations. But if anyone watching later would like to do some personal development stuff to help with actually setting goals and making sure all of these things happen on the board, because it's not just magic, it's not just manifesting, you do have to take the action, then I am available. So I think everybody's got my email address because I sent you all the link, and I'll be sending the video. So let me know if anyone would like to book a personal development session with me. It will be 20% off for the next 48 hours. So I'll send you all the details with this video. And that's it. Bye for now. I'm going to stop the recording. You guys can carry on. Yeah, do you want to say bye to everyone who's watching later?
Bye, guys.